Sojin here with another Let's Draw video. This time I'm going to draw a castle. I'm going to start out with the gate. You want to have like is it an archway? And then there's going to be, I'm just going to go ahead and make it simple. Wooden gates. Of course, it's going to be made out of several pieces of wood. You can just draw some random lines to make it look like it's not one solid piece. There you go. That's a window. Here's the drawbridge. And on the other side will be a road. Over here in the middle is going to be a moat of some sort. Going to have a tower over here. You might notice it looks kind of like the rook chess piece. That's how I imagine castle towers look like. Those squares on the top, there's an actual term for it, but I don't remember what it's called. And of course it should go all the way to the other side. I'm going to go ahead and try to make it symmetrical looking and have a tower on the other side. You might notice the size is a bit off. Oh, that's not straight at all. There you go. Pretty sure the right tower is a bit tall. And of course, rinse and repeat. You draw the same squares on the other side. And you want to do the same as the door. You make some random lines over here. So it'll just look like there's an actual brick. There's actual bricks here. And actually, if you look at real castles, they're the individual bricks are not actually straight lines. They're usually they look random sizes. Some of them are like round, some of them huge. Yeah, that's how an actual castle would look like. But it's kind of a pain to draw the whole thing like that, and it doesn't look that good. Castles, when you draw them, it seems they look best when you draw lots of straight lines. And gonna have a little window here. You can add some detail to it. There you go. And of course, you want to do the same on the other side for symmetry's sake. And add those arches. No clue what just happened. Yeah, it seems that this actually makes it a lot better. Zooming in on. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Yeah, it's a lot easier to draw lines zoomed in. Well, you might notice, but this is much straighter than the other lines. But this is kind of cheating, isn't it? Maybe I should make just one of these into a brick. It doesn't have to be the same style, right? Some can be lines, some can be bricks. No big deal. But it might look better if you draw all of it the same. Yeah. So you can always add some details to your castle walls, draw some random bricks, or draw some random lines. For the door, the line should be longer because they're made out of planks. Now for the back, you want to have some kind of giant castle keep. And of course the keep, does the keep have the same kind of wall as the wall? Why not? Actually, why not change it up? Keep wall will not have the same kind of. Yeah, this will mess up the symmetry a little bit, but it's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and have it triangular rooftop. You know, I always wondered, how did people build such giant castles and other structures like the pyramids? It's been crazy. Okay, so roof tiles on the top. At least I'm gonna try to go for that kind of image. Let's see how it looks zoomed out. Yeah, I think I need to make it a little closer. If you're wondering why I'm leaving a space on the sides, it's so that when I put in the color, I can just color the whole thing in one swoop. Which is kind of lazy, but I like to think it's a useful technique. You might notice these tiles look kind of like Lego roof tiles. At least that's my intention. I don't know if it looks like it to you guys, but just to break up the pattern a little bit. Doesn't have to be completely matching. And the roof is just about finished. And of course, he's gonna, the king of the castle is gonna live in the keep, right? He's gonna want to have a window so he can overlook his subjects, and of course his defenses. Some castle bricks here. Those are smaller than the ones on the bottom. Yeah. Gonna go ahead and try to draw the rest of this moat. And of course, everything surrounding that is going to be land. I don't know. Here's like a farm plot. Because how is he gonna feed himself? The king is gonna feed himself if he doesn't have some farms. The lines represent tilled soil, or lines of crops. Yes. And here, there's going to be some trees, of course. This is a very basic tree. just a triangle and then a square. Of course, you're going to want to draw some more trees behind it, some partial triangles to give an illusion it's a forest. You just rinse and repeat. Whole bunch of triangles. If you're concerned that the trees are different sizes and shapes, that's not a big deal because trees in real life, of course, are completely different sizes. No two trees are alike. Obviously, it looks kind of ugly, but that's not really a big deal. I don't think so. The only problem with the triangular trees are that they kind of look like mountains, especially when you draw them too big. I think that's enough trees. Even though the forest is smaller than the farm, and the forest is even smaller than the castle. And also, if you want, you can draw some tiny little rectangles to represent that some of the trees have been chopped down to use for lumber. So these are like tree stumps. Just a little extra detail. Yeah, so the problem with this castle is the moat looks kind of, I don't know, not 3D, but it looks like it should be surrounding thing. The moat is like from top down, but the castle is looking directly at it, so the field of perspective or whatever is completely off. I guess try to salvage it. Draw two towers in the back to try to give the illusion it's somewhat through. There's a not 3D, but there's extra dimensions to it. Hmm. That's to show that there's another wall over here. You know, you can't. It's behind all those squares, which you can't see over here because it's being blocked by the two towers. Hmm. Actually, that so should be a little lower. Yeah, that's like the lower half of the wall. And of course, I'll try to do the same over here. Of course, another tower over here. Zoom in for hopefully a straighter line. Yeah, that's much straighter than that side. So zooming in does in fact help. Looks like I made the right tower much bigger than the left tower. I can also draw very straight if I draw really, really slow. but it's kind of mind-numbing to draw so slow. Yeah, I like to think that looks a lot better. Although, no, I think that's fine. Maybe the tower should have been smaller. This tower is bigger than all other 3 towers. There's kind of no detail on the other ends though. Just go for easy. Just get some more farms. More farmland. Notice I draw the squiggly lines in the same direction regardless if the farm plot is horizontal, vertical, or diagonal. It'd probably be more realistic if they didn't line up all the same direction, but for simplicity's sake, I'm just gonna stick with that format. And I guess in the back there can be some giant mountains. Mountain peak. So we can tell that's supposed to be a mountain, even though the mountain is actually tiny compared to the castle. Just pretend it's far in the distance so you can't really see how big it is. Yeah, mountains are pretty much giant triangles. But there's no reason why they should be completely straight because rocks are never straight. They're usually round and lots of broken up pieces. Just gonna go ahead and continue the mountain range here. Some of the mountains can be a little smaller. And let me try to make this one really big. It's so big, it's so high up there that you can't see the peak. Maybe I should have made it up to the moat, so it gives the illusion behind the moat is some mountains, or there's just a really tiny path there. Up to your own imagination. Just gonna finish up the sides here. There you got it. So there's a mountain range behind, there's a forest to the right, and some farmland surrounding the castle. I don't know, what can I put over here? Maybe, I don't know, maybe a tiny fort. Just, it wouldn't really be a fort, I guess. Maybe just a tower? A tower out here just to help provide some defense against, I don't know, sneak attacks from the behind. Or to watch over those farms. Stack of bricks. So here's a bunch of details. Oh, let's maybe have some like killer sharks inside the. Not enough room to draw the teeth. You just have to imagine he has lots of sharp teeth over there. Actually, it looks kind of too small to be a shark, is it? But it looks too big to be a fish. I don't know. Compared to, it's bigger than a window, but it doesn't look very intimidating. I don't know. You can just pretend it's something. I don't know, some kind of sea monster. Here's some kind of, this should be the shark, probably. Yeah, that looks better. There's a killer shark, there's a tiny little fish there. Just draw some random waves just to hammer in that this is water. Even though I'm not sure if a moat would have any waves, but this will really let people know it's water. I'm gonna go ahead and color this thing up. Okay, I went ahead and skipped all the parts where I colored it because I didn't really say anything and it doesn't add much to the video, I think. But I'm gonna go ahead and just explain some stuff. For the trees, I use various different colored greens. There's no reason to have this same color for every tree. And of course, brown for the tree trunks. In the mountains, I use various grays. And over there, it's supposed to be the sky in the background. For the water, there's a blue. I don't actually know what sharks and fish, what color they're supposed to be, but I think the shark is supposed to be gray. And here's, actually added some cobblestones to the road. I actually used that in some previous videos, and of course used some various colors for each rock. And the farm is pretty simple. There's a brown. And I decided to have most of the castle light gray and then added some dark grays for the bricks and the windows. And there's a light blue, not light blue, medium blue. It was gonna be dark blue like Lego Crown Knights, but it ended up being too dark and I couldn't see those individual roof tiles. And that pretty much covers it for this video. Tell me what you think of the castle, any comments, and also tell me what do you like better, drawing lines for the details or drawing individual bricks. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Until next time.